This is Gravity of Attraction, and tonight we're talking about a kind of pain that almost nobody understands until they've lived through it themselves. Because some relationships don't end when you walk away. Some of them keep living inside your nervous system long after the person is gone. You left. You know leaving was the right decision. You know they hurt you. You know they drained you. You know the relationship was destroying your peace. And yet, it's 2:13 in the morning and you're staring at their social media again, rereading conversations you already analyzed 100 times, replaying moments your mind refuses to let die. And the worst part, you know better, but your body still wants them anyway. That's the part nobody explains. The craving doesn't feel emotional anymore. It feels physical, like withdrawal, like your body is reaching for something it lost. And you sit there wondering, if I know they were bad for me, why does losing them hurt this much? Here's the truth. You are not weak. You are not pathetic. And you are not crazy in love. You are in withdrawal. And by the end of this video, you're going to understand why leaving a toxic relationship can feel almost identical to detoxing from a drug, because neurologically, that's exactly what's happening. The part most people never explain. Most conversations about toxic relationships focus only on emotions, but emotions are only half the story. The real explanation lives in your biology. Your brain has a reward system, a powerful neurological network designed to reinforce behaviors that help you survive. Food, connection, affection, touch, validation, all of it activates the same dopamine-based reward circuitry. When your brain experiences something rewarding, dopamine gets released, and your brain marks that experience as important, something worth repeating. But here's the terrifying part. Your brain does not care whether something is healthy for you. It only cares whether it produces reward. And this is where toxic relationships become dangerous, because toxic relationships are built on something psychologists call intermittent reinforcement. This is one of the most addictive conditioning systems that exists, more addictive than consistent affection, more addictive than predictable reward. Why? Because unpredictability intensifies craving. One day, they're warm. The next day, they disappear. One moment, they make you feel deeply loved. The next moment, they withdraw completely, and your brain becomes obsessed with getting the warmth back. You start monitoring everything: their tone, their mood, their response time, their energy. You become hyper alert to any sign that the affection might return. That's not weakness. That's conditioning. The push-pull cycle trains your nervous system exactly the way gambling addictions are formed, because unpredictable rewards create stronger dopamine responses than stable ones. You weren't addicted to the person. You became addicted to the pattern. The nervous system trap. While your dopamine system keeps chasing reward, your stress system is also being activated. Every cold moment, every silent treatment, every emotional withdrawal, every fight, every moment of uncertainty. Your body floods with cortisol. Your nervous system enters survival mode. You begin living in constant emotional vigilance, always bracing, always monitoring, always waiting. And eventually, the reward system and the stress system fuse together. Now the same person causing your pain also becomes the person your brain believes can relieve it. That's the trap. And when the relationship ends, your brain reacts the same way it reacts during substance withdrawal. Obsessive thoughts, cravings, anxiety, insomnia, emotional spirals, physical distress. This is why just move on doesn't work, because the damage isn't only emotional, it's neurological. The brutal truth about going back. Here's the part most people refuse to say honestly. Every time you go back, you strengthen the addiction loop. You teach your brain. Persistence eventually gets rewarded. And the next withdrawal becomes even harder. That's why toxic relationships often become cyclical. Not because people enjoy suffering, but because the nervous system becomes chemically conditioned to the pattern. And healing takes longer than most people expect. Not days, not weeks, sometimes months, sometimes years. because your nervous system needs time to learn something new. That love does not need chaos to feel real. The hardest realization, what your brain learned inside that relationship, was dangerous. It learned that uncertainty feels exciting, that inconsistency feels valuable, that emotional instability feels like passion. But those are not truths about love. They are conditioned survival responses. And healing means slowly teaching your nervous system something different. That safety is not boring. That calm is not emptiness. That consistency is not weakness. The quiet steadiness that once felt too calm may actually be the first healthy thing your body has ever experienced. So what do you do now? You stop rushing your healing. You stop treating recovery like failure because it's taking longer than you wanted. You give your nervous system time, real time. You stop feeding the addiction loop. No checking their page, no reopening old messages, no finding excuses to reconnect, because every small exposure reactivates the pathway. Distance is not cruelty. Distance is treatment, and eventually something changes. The cravings soften. The nervous system quiets down. The obsession loses intensity, not because you stopped caring overnight, but because your biology slowly stopped associating them with survival. And one day, you realize peace feels better than chaos ever did. That's when healing truly begins. So if you're in this right now, if leaving someone feels less like heartbreak and more like withdrawal, understand this clearly. Your pain does not mean you belong together. It means your nervous system became attached to instability, and attachment can be rewired. Slowly, patiently, deliberately. You are not failing because it still hurts. You are healing from something your body learned to survive. And survival patterns take time to unlearn. Tell me honestly in the comments, have you ever felt withdrawal after leaving a toxic relationship? Not emotionally. Physically, what did it actually feel like inside your body?